Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the final part of the long 4-part series covering the full Roblox Iceberg. If you haven't seen the other 3 parts, you can watch them after this video. It doesn't really make much of a difference. If you have seen the other parts, well, you know what we're in for today. Part 4 of the Iceberg is filled with weird and bizarre entries, a lot of which are just plain made up or don't have a lot of evidence for them, but that's for us to find out in the video. So without further ado, let's just start the video. But not before I tell you about Honeygain. Yo, Honeygain, is that the cool? Honeygain is a website and application that basically lets you use your internet connection to earn money passively. Essentially, Honeygain helps gather bits of data from the internet to give it to various companies and businesses, and in exchange you get paid without having to do anything except for just run the app. You can maximize your earnings by connecting multiple devices and running content delivery. Additionally, you can refer others to the service and you gain 10% commission from them. Honeygain is completely safe and legit. Many people have posted proof of payment on the internet, and the app doesn't collect any of your data or anything like that. So if you'd like to earn a bit of extra money to help buy Robux every month instead of just stealing your mom's credit card, sign up for Honeygain today using my special link to get your first $5 immediately. It's up for download for Windows, macOS, and Android devices. Okay, now we're gonna start the video. Dynablox build leaked. This is another entry related to the Roblox footage archives, but this one is a bit interesting. The video shows someone logging into a supposedly leaked build of Dynablox with strange ambient music playing in the background. The video's description had a username and password and a link that supposedly led to the leaked build, but it doesn't work now, and most likely never did. Again, this entry is ARG stuff, unfortunately. A lot of the entries on these next few layers are, but this one was at least interesting. People Browser. The People Browser was a page on Roblox that had just a list of players. You could search for specific players or search terms, to which you would get every player/group with that term in their name or bio. This browser caused a lot of issues, however. It was a page that you could just scroll down infinitely and see the names of players who just happened to be on these pages. This meant that spam bots could just easily scroll through these pages and send messages to all the players on each page. Roblox changed this to the Player Browser, where you had to at least search names to get lists of players, which did help reduce the spam a bit. Beat the Lions. Beat the Lions was another minigame from 2005. In the game, the player probably had to do something along the lines of run away from/defeat lions. We don't have much to go off besides this extremely low-res picture, which honestly doesn't have anything of discernible quality, and the unfortunate title of course, Beat the Lions. Mario 64 connections. One of the songs used on Roblox was Mario 64's Bob-omb Battle. This song became an unofficial part of Roblox's soundtrack, being used in various games and especially Roblox blooper videos. You don't see it used now much though, most likely because copyright caught up to Roblox on this one. Build Mode. Build Mode is a now removed feature on Roblox that allows players to use tools to build a game as they were playing rather than make it in Roblox Studio and then play it afterwards and such. This mode used the same tools as Welcome to Roblox Building, and it was used as a sort of quick and easy way to make games without scripting and learning Roblox Studio. This feature was quietly removed in December of 2016. Roblox CP games/soundtracks. Unfortunately, in Roblox's history, there has been multiple instances of cheese pizza being on the site. We've talked about it being posted to the forums before, but it has apparently shown up in games as well. One user states that at some point there was a condo game with a link in the description that led to a website with, well, yeah. As for soundtracks, I honestly cannot confirm that this was ever a thing, but I really can't deny it either. It's not that hard to bypass audio on Roblox, and there are audios of CP out there on the internet, so the chance that CP was used for a soundtrack in some screwed up Roblox games before is not impossibly low. Devo lawsuit. In September of 2009, Roblox released a hat for 50 ticks simply called Devo. It was made based off of the hats that the band of the same name would wear. The hat was available for only a few days before Roblox was contacted by Devo's legal team and told to take it down. For whatever reason, Roblox didn't ask permission to make this a hat. Anyways, Roblox decided to take the hat off sale and rename it to Impossible to Obtain Red Wedding Cake Hat, which was enough for them to avoid a major lawsuit. Roblox scam website kidnapping. Roblox scam websites are very common. I'm sure most of us know what they are. They come in plenty of different shapes and sizes, some that may trick the player into sending personal details such as, obviously, their credit card info or their parents' credit card info, their full name, and their address. It is possible that someone behind one of these websites used their information to kidnap an unsuspecting child, although there have never actually been any reports of kidnappings related to Roblox scam websites, and it's more likely that this was just a rumor. Roblox monitored by China. China and video games have a weird relationship. China heavily monitors media, especially media directed towards children. That being said, China's huge, so many video game companies would love to tap into that market. Roblox and China are tied together, with Roblox having a Chinese-only version that is, well, pretty strict. But beyond that, Roblox is also partnered with the Tencent Corporation, which the higher-ups have direct ties to the Chinese government. This entry states that due to this partnership, the Chinese government can and does monitor the site independently. It's hard to know if this is all true, but this entry does have some credence to it, as someone did get banned for posting about their concentration camps with this eloquent argument: China has concentration camp. Eric Castle never died. This is just the conspiracy that Eric Castle faked his death for whatever reason. I honestly can't even think of a good reason as to why he would. He didn't. He really did die, and this entry is a bit disrespectful if anything, but whatever. r/GoCommitDie created to bring new users to Roblox. If you don't know, r/GoCommitDie is a very popular subreddit dedicated to funny Roblox screenshots. It is extremely popular and was responsible for memes like the Despacito spider. This entry is the theory that GoCommitDie was created for the sole purpose of bringing more players to Roblox, which I doubt. It did, however, do something if it wasn't on purpose. It made Roblox funny again, making it relevant to an entire group of people who relegated it to just being a dumb kids game and getting them to play the game. I know this is true because I, and more importantly my friends, were in that group of people who began to play Roblox again, mostly ironically, because of the memes from this subreddit. r/GoCommitDie has also been the center of a lot of controversy due to its mods and their inherent desire to share their opinions on the website for some reason, but that's a story for another time. Implicit engine. This was one of the earliest physics engines in Roblox, being created by David Baszucki himself in 2004. It was rather simplistic in its design, and it has been replaced by a few other engines since. BC only items. Believe it or not, there were a few items that were made BC only, such as, of course, the hard hat, the BC business tie, and the Hungry Dino hat. These BC only restrictions have now been replaced with premium only items. I'm really not sure why this is so low on the iceberg. Actual UAE ban reason. As I've covered in the last iceberg video, Roblox is banned in the UAE. The reason provided is that it is harmful to children / not educational, among other things. Apparently there was a deeper reason it was banned, however, and it's possible that it may have been tied to the Blue Whale game. The Blue Whale game was a trend, I guess, where people would get teenagers to participate in a series of challenges that got more and more severe until it led to the challengers' suicide. If they refused, the person who initiated the game would often grab their IP through links and threaten them. Its reputation became way bigger than it actually was, but there was a rumor that the UAE banned Roblox because of the Blue Whale game being played through Roblox. I doubt this is the real reason, due to Roblox's heavy chat filters. However, it's always possible to move conversations like that to Discord or other third-party apps, so you never know. Either way, fear of the Blue Whale game may have been the actual reason that UAE banned Roblox, but we may never really know. Roblox indoctrination cults. We've talked about jihadi groups on Roblox, but sadly a much more prevalent group on the platform is that which supports neo-Islam. It's a bit hard to distinguish who is doing these things for real and who is just a group of edgy teens, but there 100% are real groups who aim to indoctrinate children into Islam, using Islamic imagery and roleplay to push their agendas. There's also a large scene on Roblox, which is just as horrific, if not worse. Roblox 2. Roblox 2 is pretty much exactly what you think it is. It's a joke, a weird rumor, and a few rip-off games. The most interesting things that I could find was a r/Roblox 2 subreddit, which was annexed by the Jaden gang. I'm not sure what the Jading Gang is, but I assume they just name-sniped Roblox 2, or at least did a rather weak raid of the subreddit. Otherwise, there are probably some fake games claiming to be Roblox 2, but there will, most likely, never be a real second Roblox. Nepropra Jokes Maniacs have Roblox accounts. If you don't remember from the last video, the Nepropra Jokes murderers were a duo of Russian murderers who were responsible for a string of murders that they actually recorded. This entry claims that the maniacs had Roblox accounts, and that Roblox possibly had a hand in leading them to commit the atrocities they did. Obviously, that's most likely not true. They may have had Roblox accounts, who knows, but clearly Roblox did not drive them to do any of what they did. In fact, I have been told that this entry was just meant to tie into RFA, just never got the chance to be fully realized. Sonic Eclipse. Sonic Eclipse was a Roblox Sonic fan game that ended up getting pretty popular. In 2020, however, the creator, Dr. Rofatnik, was exposed for racism and homophobia. Of course. Soon after, he was taken off the project, however, and it continues on without him. Use strategy to win. Use strategy to win, like Beat the Lions, was another Roblox minigame. From what we know, this was some attempt to mimic a strategy game. The game was released around the same time as Beat the Lions. Nothing else is known about it besides this image and a link to an extremely old version of the Roblox website with the game's name on the leaderboard. Roblox. The Roblox was an April Fool's joke for 2019. The Roblox was intended to be a gaming console used exclusively for Roblox. Of course, it was just a joke. It never sold itself as anything but one. They did release a Roblox hat for free onto the platform though, so it wasn't all for nothing. One cool thing that came out of this was the Nexus Avenger making an actual Roblox PC case, although you can't actually buy one for yourself, which is a little disappointing. User ID 4. The question of who user ID 4 is a complicated one that I don't have the full answer to. Searching it now, the user under ID 4 is banned. The only thing that is known is that at some point the ID was Eric.Castle. And if you look into the inspect element for ID 4 now, you will see the user ID is just The leading theory is that user ID 4 was indeed Eric Castle and the other user 16 was simply named, the F word. This user was created to test Roblox's name moderation, or was just a user whose name was just inappropriate. So it was promptly banned and switched IDs with Eric.Castle, who now sits at ID 16. Roblox Black Market. The Roblox Black Market is a place or several places on the internet where you can buy and sell Robux, limiteds, and even accounts. These are often on forums or Discord servers, and they're done completely third party and involve spending real money rather than Robux. These are only black markets because buying and selling things with real money is against Roblox TOS, and obviously sometimes they actually do sell illegally obtained accounts. It's not too uncommon to find password guest accounts on sale at these markets. Roblox HQ child workers. I don't know if this entry is a joke, RFA related, or was meant to be taken seriously. I'm leaning towards the first. This entry was apparently purged from the internet, which would explain how you can't find anything about this online. I don't know, maybe Roblox does use child workers at their HQ, maybe using young aspiring programmers for free labor. I just want to say I really don't think this is real. It's a joke. Don't take me seriously. Roblox in Africa. The Roblox community in Africa is, as far as I can tell, pretty non-existent. I mean, if you live in Africa and have a computer with access to the internet, you can play Roblox, but it appears that there hasn't been any major rise in popularity for Roblox in Africa yet, although that certainly may be a possibility for the future. Roblox's true purpose. I think this entry relates back to the previous entries about Roblox being a psyop and being used to control the population a la MKUltra. Roblox's stated purpose is, of course, to be a fun platform for players of all ages to play and develop games, and maybe make some friends along the way. But could it ever really be that simple? Of course, Roblox's true purpose may be much more sinister. Or so the people making this iceberg would like to think. Spasmotron vs. Wimpotron 2. This was Roblox's first minigame, created on July 31st, 2004 by David Baszucki. It starred two contraptions, Spasmotron and Wimpotron. These two machines would have controller variables put into them, which allowed them to be controlled by players, and they would fight to the death. Simple as that. Falling off the edge. When you fall off the edge in a Roblox game, you die, right? Well, when you normally die in a Roblox game, you just break apart and there's a death sound. But if you fall off the edge, you simply disappear with no death sound. It's a bit bizarre when you think about it. It's unknown as to why that is and if there's something more to this phenomenon that occurs when you fall off the edge, but it's probably just to save time, as there's no need to break apart when you're down that low. There is no lag. This entry is most likely trying to tell you that lag that you have in every game where like the characters are rubber banding and they aren't where they look like they are, it's fake. There's no real lag. Roblox just artificially adds the delay themselves. But of course that's not true. I mean, every online connection must involve lag of some sort, so this is most likely just a joke entry, which there are a lot of following this one. Robert Locks. Oh, speak of the devil, Robert Locks is just another joke entry. A nickname for Robert is Rob. Roblox. Roblox. Yeah, I think that this joke is really all there is to this one. Roblox Windows 10 app censored. Windows 10 has its own app for Roblox, which comes with its own website interface. It is possible that the Windows app is somehow censoring some of the games, but that just doesn't seem to be true from anyone who's actually played the Windows 10 app. I think this is just another icebergism. Every user has been PG'd. This entry is the theory that every user's accounts, including yours and mine, have been password guessed before by bots, and that data is just lying dormant somewhere. But they aren't used because either these accounts have two-step verification, which you should have, or that there's just no use in hijacking every single PG'd accounts. I know this entry is most likely a joke, but when you think about it, I mean, there really could be an insane amount of brute force bots being used by millions of different people. So the chances that yours, mine, your grandmother's passwords has been guessed start to not be that slim anymore. And have you ever gotten signed out of your account for no reason? Yeah, you may have just been PG'd, and all that data is sitting on someone's computer somewhere. So that's why we're sponsored by Dash. Every Roblox game is connected to each other, 2006 through 2008. The only thing that I can imagine that goes with this entry is the game called Mini Robloxia by R92, which connects many of the old and notable world/games from the older era of Roblox. Examples being Swordfight on the Heights, Rocket Arena, Capture the Flag, Paintball, Roblox HQ, Thrillville, etc. From 2006 to 2008, there were significantly less games being made and only a small handful of popular games, so it was easy for them to be connected like this. And who knows, maybe there was some sort of lore that connects all these games that was intended. I don't know. I've seen connections.
I knew it. I knew it!
96% of users are bots. This entry just claims that 96% of all users on the platform are bots. According to the new user statistics, there are around 2.5 billion accounts on Roblox. Now, according to this article by Brian Dean, there are 199 million active users a month. So if we compare that to the 96% statistic, that means that either at least 99 million of these active users are bots, which, to be fair, I don't know what counts as being an active user in this study, and I'm not even sure if bots can be active, or clearly something doesn't add up. No. I severely doubt that 90% of users are bots. It's impossible to know just how many users are bots, but the leading theory that I've seen around is that 11% of users are bots, which would leave around 275 million botted accounts, which is honestly still an insane number, but it's a little bit more realistic. Roblox game card secret messages. I'm not really 100% sure what this could be referring to. It's possible that there were some sort of secret messages on the Roblox gift cards you can buy, but I'm not sure. Additionally, it could be referring to the Roblox GameStop card item, which is my best guess. On the back of the card is some text and a barcode at the bottom. The text is far too compressed to be deciphered, the only thing being able to be made out being, of course, the compressed Roblox logo, and the barcode isn't able to be scanned either. The text looks to literally just be the terms and conditions copied over, but the barcode isn't seen anywhere on its real-life counterpart, and it's possible the text could say something different. Additionally, using the card in-game gives you access to one of a few gears such as a chessboard, a tic-tac-toe board, and a DS. It's also possible that doing something special with these games can yield some sort of secret message. We're not sure yet, so if you have any information, please comment down below or message me on Discord. Horror music. The classic horror music used in many classic Roblox games is actually audio Halloween 2, slowed down and then repeated with some ambient effects in the background. Despite being so simple, this song was very effective in scaring millions of children, not excluding me. The Void. This is the final layer to the iceberg. Huge warning that this layer covers a lot of illegal and disturbing content, even though most of it isn't really grounded in any kind of reality. Still, you've been warned. Nidragaytuk.gif and Little Lily. Now, depending on who you ask, Nidragaytuk.gif, which is just how I'm going to pronounce it, and Little Lily could mean different things. One user on Reddit explains, Nidragaytuk.gif is meant to be a GIF uploaded onto the Roblox website through a travel network which can upload moving images. The reason why this is so low is due to the fact that no moving image is allowed on Roblox, meaning that this GIF is literally illegal in Roblox terms. And Little Lily, I don't know. I heard from some claims that Little Lily was nicknamed due to an incident in one of those roleplay games. The incident says it ends with a dark ending, which means anything. Not sure though. However, I believe this explanation by a user on 4chan to be at least a bit more accurate. Nidragaytuk.gif and Little Lily were both connected to each other. These files were found inside a 2012 Roblox client. I have barely any information about these files. The only theory that I have heard is that these files are actually names to video sites. Now for the Little Lily, I have no clue what that could be referring to, but Nidragaytuk.gif gets interesting when you reverse it. It becomes Cutie Garden. Now, if you don't know what that website is, do not look it up. It involves borderline illegal cheese pizza content. That's all I'll say. It's possible that these files were some sort of attempt to hide the CP in the code or client of the game. Probably nothing real, however. Roblox 30300303. Roblox 30300303 was a 9-year-old girl who ran a YouTube channel / web show, The Aubrey and Brianna Show. One day in 2015, she decided to make a post on the OT forums promoting her channel. This supposedly led to her getting droves of hate from OTers and even getting DDoSed and having her IP leaked. This led to her making claims alluding to lawsuits, which were most likely never followed through, thankfully. This incident caused multiple people to move away from OT, rightfully so. This whole thread was wiped, so I'm not 100% sure if it was real, but if this did happen, it's pretty messed up. Project Andreolphis. This entry was supposed to be connected to RFA. Project Andreolphis was a creepypasta that was supposed to involve a project to build a super teleporter, whatever that means. This whole thing was scrapped, however, so this entry basically means nothing. 1x1x1x1 actually spotted. Now, I know that this entry was intended to be RFA related. The picture associated with this entry is clearly related to RFA, but that doesn't mean that there haven't been other claims of people seeing 1x1x1x1. Many people claim to have seen 1x1x1x1 in games around 2006 to 2007, mainly Shedletsky games, which were probably real due to 1x1x1x1 being Shedletsky's test account. However, in 2011, the only Roblox posted a video of 1x1x1x1 being spotted in sword fights on the heights and even chatting with the man. Since then, more and more sightings continued to happen throughout the following years, many of which weren't really that convincing. It's likely that these videos were either hoaxes or just hackers pretending to be 1x1x1x1, but again, it's impossible to truly know. Roblox CEO is one of the elites. This entry is simply the theory that David Baszucki is one of the elite members of society who control the US and maybe the world's governments in some way. I don't know, maybe he even had some Epstein connections, if you know what I'm saying. But in all seriousness, David is worth billions of dollars, so if anyone is a candidate for being a part of the elite, I mean, yeah, he's a strong runner. That being said, of course, there's no proof I could find that he would be, so I don't want to make any brash accusations. Mr. Doombringer lied. If you know about 1x1x1x1, you know about Mr. Doombringer's post explaining his origins and how the hacker isn't actually real. While many people in the forums believe that the post by Mr. Doombringer was a lie, meant to cover up 1x1x1x1's true origins, one poster on the forums claimed to be 1x1x1x1, posting, "You think you know the true story of me? Well, the story Mr. Doombringer told was fake. 1x1x1x1, or the group, or me, has existed since Roblox had its inception. We were a group of hackers designed to hack Roblox, and John tried to cover up the horrible things we'd done by posting that story. Everybody believed it until the recent hackings by 128x128, 404x404, and myself. You're all being tricked." Of course, this post was a hoax and wasn't taken seriously, but it does hit on the fact that A, Mr. Doombringer made up the story to cover up the true 1x1x1x1, and B, 1x1x1x1 was a group of hackers, rather than a single hacker, which actually is rather plausible, but who knows. 2006 starter places. There are many different versions of the starter place you could get in 2006. First, it was a blue table with a base plate and a pink bed. Later on, that base plate was changed to be green. Then it was changed to being the doll place. Finally, it was changed to a large room with 2 base plates and a wooden floor sign saying free bricks. In current Roblox, the textures don't even load. Cult groups. Similar to Nazi propaganda groups, Roblox is host to many cult groups. They have active groups for Sinister, which isn't necessarily a cult, but you know. It also has the Divine Sister group, which I already discussed, which has very cult-like behavior, and probably has a whole underbelly of cult groups that I can't even find. I have zero doubt that these cult groups are on the platform because Roblox sucks at taking down these dangerous groups. 2014 Future Prediction Thread. In 2014, a thread was created in which the creator asked when people believed the US would collapse. The greatest minds from Roblox gathered to make their predictions, with the average falling seemingly at around 20 years from then. So, if the US collapses in the 2030s, remember these videos, guys. Content deleted. If you don't know, content deleted is a message that shows up in place names, place descriptions, users, or forum posts when the original content of the page/place is, well, deleted. It's become a bit of a meme nowadays. I assume that this entry was a play on the meme, like a more serious entry got deleted or something, but maybe this was it, so I'm just gonna pretend. Okay, I'm moving on. Area 51 map was an actual recreation. This one's pretty self-explanatory. It's the theory that the Survive the Killers in Area 51 map was based off of the actual Area 51. I severely doubt it. But to be fair, it's not like anyone can confirm or deny this unless they're, high enough clearance, I guess. I love you. Adonis Admin is a server moderation tool that can be installed in various Roblox games to make the entire moderation process much easier. It became very popular, being used in games from One Piece Golden Age to Iron Man Simulator. What people didn't know was that this management system held a dark secret, an Easter egg, if you will. If you type the command !I love you in a game with Adonis Admin, something would happen. The screen would turn black and an image of a person in a dark closet wearing a clown mask would appear on the screen. Many people thought this was an official Roblox command, but it was in fact attached to Adonis Admin. It is unknown as to why the command was put there, but one can only assume it was just to scare people. Obama funny. Obama funny is when content purged. Content purged can only be assumed to be what happens to a subject when Roblox really doesn't want it to be seen online. It's possible that any mention of these subjects gets purged if mentioned anywhere on Roblox, such as Cuban iPad, which you can barely find any reference to on the site. Lost clients. These are various versions of the Roblox client that are completely lost to time, unavailable for download anywhere. Due to efforts of the community, many official clients have actually been found, the most recent finding being the March 2007 client, but any clients before that, meaning 2003 to 2006, are completely lost, with only screenshots and gameplay videos being available. I've talked about many lost clients before on these types of videos, and since it's lost, you know what that means. Say it with me! Lost Media Iceberg! Ghosts. There have been many many reports from players of ghosts, some of which have been proven to be either hoaxes or Easter eggs created by the game developers. But this entry refers to actual, real ghosts that haunt Roblox games. With this entry, the first thing that comes to mind for me is the Melvin myth. If you don't know, Melvin was a frequent Roblox player who died due to cancer, and now he haunts Roblox using an ethereal version of the shaggy hair, teleporting players to his haunted games and killing them or something.
Catch me riding dirt.
Well, I believe the Melvin myth is probably just that, a myth. I don't know, the idea of ghosts on the internet is not new, and it's not that far-fetched, if ghosts exist at all. So if internet ghosts do exist, it would be very likely that they would find their way onto one of the largest internet platforms on the world, Roblox, and they could haunt the platform, so who knows. Cursed House. The Cursed House is a game made by Game Hero for the Spooky Building contest in 2007. The game won the most horrifying category. The game is pretty basic. You walk around a haunted house, get scared. The game was pretty scary for the time, having some now pretty archaic scares, but it manages to be creepy in its own right now due to the creepiness of walking around an empty Roblox map all alone. The Ultimate Game in Ultimate.RBLX. The Ultimate Game was supposedly a Roblox game that contained every asset known to Roblox, even some that didn't exist yet. Apparently only Roblox admins and those high up had access to this game. Ultimate.RBXL is the file for said Ultimate Game. It is said that the creators of this file went cuckoo bananas and game ended themselves, because what was contained in the files was too much for the internet to handle. None of this is real, however. It's all part of the RFA mythos. Roblox steals your credit card. You know how you have to put in your credit/debit card information when you're buying Robux or premium on Roblox? Well, some people have claimed that the website actually steals that information and possibly sells it off or uses it themselves. One user I talked with talks about how she used her mom's credit card on Roblox, and only a few days later, fraudulent purchases began to show up on the card. Apparently the card hadn't been used for anything suspicious within months of the purchase besides buying Robux. This has apparently even happened to a few of her friends. So what do you guys think? When you buy Robux, are you truly secure? Front page porn game hack. In 2016, an NSFW game akin to that of a condo game was likely botted to appear on Roblox's front page. The game's thumbnail featured a woman's full-on no-no square, exposed completely. It stayed up for a little while until Roblox jumped on the situation and probably scarred a lot of kids. Click This version 2. Supposedly, Click This version 2 was something that was some sort of link spammed on the forums. When clicked, it would direct to a video of, well, something bad. One 4chan user puts it best as equating it to man shitting on a baby tear shit. Chances are this is entirely fake, however, since Click This version 1 meant nothing. GoBlock's actual version. Supposedly, the real version of GoBlox was a bizarre deformation of what we know today as Roblox. Those who played it reported having adverse reactions to it, such as headaches and nausea. It was actually revealed that this version of GoBlox was an early experiment, attempting mind control through video games. This version of GoBlox has been completely wiped from the internet. Or has it? Iceberg origins. Here is a surprise entry for you guys. What are the origins of this very iceberg? With all these crazy entries, I'm sure you are dying to know just who came up with this. Well, there isn't really any one person behind this iceberg. You see, this iceberg originates on 4chan. Yeah, I know, okay. But a user posted it to 4chan and a thread was created to add different entries and multiple people ended up contributing. I don't know who was the first person to create the iceberg and I don't know who all contributed because the thread is lost to time. But there are a few familiar faces. Of course, most of you know that the creator of the Roblox footage archives had a large hand in creating the iceberg. At this point, he was just starting his RFA ARG, and he thought the iceberg would be a great opportunity to plug his videos, basically. And I think it would have been, but unfortunately the project was, of course, retired soon after, and all the mysticism surrounding it disappeared. So all these entries now only serve to clutter the iceberg. But yeah, the iceberg was more of a gathering of the community, with several revisions and new versions propping up over the months since its origin. Heck, even I added some things to the iceberg in order to hopefully make it a little bit more entertaining for you guys. But that is the full Roblox Iceberg explained. Huge thanks to you guys for sticking through the series and helping me out as we went along. Follow my Twitter, Patreon, and second channel for more content. I appreciate you guys and see you in the next video. Peace.
I know I've let you down. I've been a fool to myself. I thought that I could live for no one else. But now, through all the hurt and pain, it's time for me to respect the ones you love mean more than anything. So with sadness in my heart, feel the best thing I could do is end it all and leave forever. What's done is done, it feels so bad. What once was happy now is sad. I'll never love again, my world is ending. I wish that I could turn back time, 'cause now the guilt is all mine. Can't live without the trust from those you love. I know we can't forget the past. You can't forget love and pride. Because of that, it's killing me